Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some food in you. Step three, you grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
And I think this is the first time of the week it isn't actually raining. It's been a very, very wet week here. And yesterday was very windy, and it's gotten pretty cold. Just driving back here this morning, my hands are frozen. And I haven't checked my trail cam yet, but there's been definitely movement back here. And I will show you. Look at that trail coming about. There's a lot of activity, a lot. And over here, another good trail coming. And I know for a fact there's deer all coming in and out of the actual trail. But the movement is really starting to pick up back here. So what I may do is take my trail cam from my blind, put it back where it originally goes, and start catching what's coming in and out. Yeah, there's definitely movement happening. I'm excited about that. So I'm just gonna come back here, check my trail cam, and I'm hoping by Saturday we're doing Thanksgiving with our family. So I'm hoping Sunday maybe I can get back here. I put the new window in the blind. It's a sliding window. So I got at least one put in. That's probably all I'm gonna do for this year because I just don't have time. I gotta take the pressure off the deer. So I don't know, it depends on the time, how long. It shouldn't take long to do, it's just getting it done. Time's running out, very busy at home. Lots of people, we're trying to get prepped for winter and stuff like that also. So, I'll show you the window. It looks so much better. I just got to clean it. But yeah, they slide open now instead of coming out, which is awesome. But yeah, I got to get that all cleaned up because trimming some of the stuff off. I don't have hydro back here, don't own a generator or anything, so I had to use a chainsaw. So all the dust and chips and everything's all inside the blinds, so I got to get that cleaned up. And I don't know, I may bring back, we have a couple big black rubber water dishes. I may bring them back here so they could just fill up and have some water for the deer and wildlife, whatever. But my plan here for next year is I'm going to put about 10 bird feeders all the way around for all the birds. We have a ton of birds back here. And some of them are just absolutely beautiful. I want to make this my nature sanctuary. I want to be able to see all these birds and sit in the blind and have them all around me. I'm thinking about coming up with a couple of different ideas of having branches just for like spring, summer, and fall that come up kind of in front of the blind window so the birds can land in there and I can actually sit and watch them, videotape them for you guys and stuff like that. And then I also want to have something where in the fall, nobody can just come in and out of here. We can. We'll know how. I want to do some kind of wire fence or something. I don't know. I want to do something so that this area is closed off in the fall and wintertime just for hunting for us, ourselves, because we've had trespassers or trespasser that pretty much blatantly said he didn't care, he was back here. But he's been warned. But we just don't have good feelings about this trespasser. So we're gonna be back here. We're gonna be paying attention. We're gonna be watching. Make sure that no one's putting trail cams up, poaching, any stuff like that on our property. We will not put up with that. If there is anything, it's mine. So yeah, I want to make this a sanctuary for the wildlife. Instead of just a cool area to be, whatever. Like, it'll be that for sure, but I mean, I wanted a sanctuary, so that's what my plan is going to be. It's an awesome open little area to come sit, hang out, whatever, and have that wildlife around. I want the deer and animals besides bear to be comfortable that we're here. They, you know, I want to be able to sit in the blind or sit around the blind around a campfire and have deer back here, you know, in the bush, kind of wandering by, checking us out, not scared. So that's my plan. It's just too beautiful not to do it, and the wildlife and nature just means a lot to me. So I want to give back for sure, and I guess this is going to be a new adventure for next year. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. We did here. It was pretty good. But besides that, we, again, getting knocked down. Septic is backing up into the house. Don't know exactly why. I think something's clogged somewhere. The pump is running, but it's not pumping out. So I think there's a clog somewhere. I don't know. We're getting someone from out of town to do an emergency pump out, and then I got to get in the basement with a shop vac, start shop vacuuming all the sewage from the basement, get it outside. It's just been horrible. Woke up this morning feeling very nauseous, headache, all of us this morning because the smell and stuff in the house. Not a good morning at all for us. Because obviously it's going to cost, and with having to spend that kind of money, we're going to lose out on things that we need. So that really is, you know, the last nail to the coffin is there, 100%. I'm worn out with all this bad luck that we've had this year, just nothing but bad luck. We're at our max for sure, but I think we deserve to ourselves another chance. We're gonna try to stay positive through this and get through it, figure it out, and get it working again. Because when our basement's full of water, sewage water, we can't have our furnace on because it just lofts that smell from the basement up, and it's even worse. So we've had to shut that off. Our hot water tank, it should not be in the water. It wasn't working before, and we had someone look at it, and they said basically you need a new one. But I got it up and running again. But what this is going to do to it, I don't know. Then that's not cheap either. And then you can't do laundry, can't shower, can't do dishes. There's so much that comes along with that, with this issue that we're having. So it really, really sucks for us. Like we're pissed off about, you know, why does shit keep happening to us? We don't know. But again, we're gonna try our hardest to stay as positive as we can. You know, yes, it's upsetting, it's frustrating. You know, we're angry that it happened. But I mean, we have to try our hardest to get through it. Because everything Rochelle and I have been through, as long as we hold each other and we try to stay positive, we get through it. And that's what we're going to try to do. It's just so hard because we're so secluded here, and we have to have someone come from out of town. There is a guy here, but the guy doesn't do it anymore. The plumber or the septic guy that we called said that he's had about 20-30 calls just in the last few weeks to a month, just because this guy just isn't pumping around here anymore. So we're spending almost triple what it would normally cost. So it really sucks. It hurts, but it has to get done because you can't live here and be sick every morning because of the ammonia and stuff. So it is what it is. And then Saturday morning, we're doing all our tomatoes, getting them prepped and ready for making sauce and stuff. And I had the whole bathtub just filled with water and tomatoes, washing them. And then I was cutting all the tops off. And yeah, that happened. Had a tomato knife, it's all serrated, and went right across my finger to the point where all I could hear was click, click, click. It actually cut right through, right into the bone, and yeah, it wasn't so good either. And I don't do good with my own blood. I don't know why. I can, you know, other people, if they're hurt and stuff like that, that's not an issue. I can jump right in, I can deal with it, but my own, I'm a wuss. I wrapped it, put electrical tape on it, was holding it, tried to stop the bleeding, and it wouldn't stop for well over an hour. So made a decision, went into the hospital, looked at it, and he said there's not much you can actually really do with fingers. And luckily, fingers and your scalp are the two easiest things on your body that will heal because of all the blood vessels and stuff like that. So just the way it cut, and I got lucky because the piece of skin that was there, he just kind of put it back into place and wrapped her up really good. And I got to keep this on for a few days. It is getting better. I can use my hand a little bit, but I can't, make a fist yet. I can't, hold anything tight yet, but it's coming along. But it was a setback, but whatever. It just made our Thanksgiving memorable, So, no, we had a good Thanksgiving. Judy and Carter came. James stayed at college, which that sucked because we would have loved to see him, but he wanted to stay there. And of course everybody else. So it was really good. Had a nice turkey dinner and still having turkey dinner technically. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I haven't been back here too much, but on my trail cam, I got a beautiful buck that came to the bait pile. And the trail that I was telling you guys that's opening up where it was open last year, that they're using it. So that is the main trail back here, for sure. And also my actual trail that goes through here for the four-wheelers. Those are the two major trails. I am starting to see a couple in behind my blind, which I pretty much knew was going to happen because that's where the twins in that were last year, Bob and Doug. And that mama had another set of twins this year. I haven't seen them lately, but I've been trying to stay away from being back here. I'll come back, check my cam, and then leave. But I had a whole bucket of tomato wins and stuff like that I thought I'll come out here and I'll feed them. They absolutely love the tomatoes. Anything that's a little bit too soft and stuff like that, they're not rotten, no mold, no nothing like that. So bring them back, feed them, feed the birds. The birds go crazy over it, and get them something good to eat because we had an extremely hard frost overnight, and it's still frosty. I thought it was snow. That's how thick it was. So everything is going to be dying off here quickly now. This was an extremely hard frost, and it's supposed to get very hard again in 2 more nights. It's supposed to be even colder. So I got to also go back to the house, and I got a special insulated wire wrap to go on our well water pipe that's down in the ground. So I got to take the lid off that. I got to put that on, and then I got to start insulating it and keeping that water line nice and warm. Have everything I need. It's just to do it. So I gotta get that done also today, and well, at least get it wrapped, and plugged in, and get started on it at least today. I don't know what else to do. I have a plan, but with one hand, kind of sucks. But I mean, we'll get her done. We always do. Beautiful weather though. I absolutely love it. I want to show you a picture of my tamarack, my special tree that's back here. There's my special tree. That's a tamarack. Now, that is just starting to turn orange. And I'll come back here every day when I come back here and check the trail cam. I'll get pictures. And this tree will turn almost a neon orange. It is stunning, this tree. So an update on yesterday's fiascos about the septic. It was actually a little worse than we thought. Back a little while ago, if you guys remember, when I was changing that light fixture and I went a couple days and finally figured out, oh, we're having septic issues. And I had to go around and I had to figure out what was happening with the septic, and it was connected to that fixture. Got it running and stuff like that. What we believe happened, because the septic filled right up, is when I started it again and it was running, it was sucking all that stuff, all the solids from the septic went over to the water side, and the solids just clogged everything up. We believe from the septic tank out to our gray water area where it gets pumped out to, somewhere in there it was getting clogged. And unfortunately yesterday we got the septic pumped down, and the septic guy wasn't bright at all. He was trying to tell us the float and stuff was broke, so all we have to do is replace the float. And I was like, no, the pump is no good, the pump's junk. And he was trying to tell us a bunch of different things. I was like, nope, I don't believe you. Nope. But other than that, we had to get another pump. That's another $700. But we got a pump, and bless our friend's heart, Vinny, he came and helped us. Luckily it wasn't that bad, but we got the other pump pulled up out of the septic. I hosed it all off and cleaned it. He put on the new pump, and we got it back down in there, and he had to basically prime it and blow out the lines to hopefully get it unclogged. It took a couple extra hours, but it wasn't like hard manual labor or anything like that. So thankful for that, and nobody had to go down into the septic, thankfully, because no one wants to do that. That's just nasty. But he got it running for us again. So that ultimately is what happened. The pump pretty much sucked up solids, clogged the line, and because it was clogged and the pump kept running and running and running, burnt out the pump. The pump actually, when we took out the original pump, it was still a nice red color, and it was down the septic tank for I don't know how many years or whatever. And when we took this one out, it wasn't red anymore. It was a dark brown. So it got extremely hot to the point where it changed the color of the powder coating on the actual pump. And I thought that was pretty crazy. That's how hot it got. And I knew it was getting hot because the plug was hot also. So that was another reason why I knew the thing was pretty much toast. And by yesterday afternoon, it was actually done. So thankfully, Vinny came and helped us out, got it done. It wasn't extremely hard, wasn't that bad of a deal. But the worst part was in the house. We had probably, I don't know, a quarter inch of just black sludge down here. So I had to spend several hours down here with the shop vac, sucking it all up, cleaning it. And I actually put more water on the floor. And we had this old mop that was down here. I didn't even know we had it, but I used the mop and moved it all around and got it all disturbed, and then shop vac'd it all again and got the floor nice and clean. Thankfully, the furnace and the hot water heater are still going, no problem there, so I'm very lucky. But what we have to do now, and Vinny gave us a phone number to an electrician that is extremely good. We're going to get the septic put on its own breaker the way it should be. I don't know why why this electrical in this house ever passed inspection. Honestly, I'm upset with the realtor. This should not have passed. By no means should have. But it's old school. It's what was here. It was working. He passed it, whatever. But it's not right. So we're going to take baby steps. And get this fella in here to look at the septic and get the septic put on its own breaker at least this year. Other than that, other than Dad's boiler system, but that's just a few parts and pieces. Vinny said he can do that. He said it'd probably take less than an hour to do. So he's going to get that done for Dad, so he'll have heat up in his dwelling. And other than that, we should be set for the winter. We should be fine, no issues. But I'll tell you, we couldn't have done it without Vinny for sure. Softener system working good, no problems there. So we didn't have to get the guy from out of town to come out here to pump out the septic tank. Funny story is my little guy Riker was being a pain in the butt at school, and we got a phone call to go get him because the teachers couldn't handle him because he was too hyper. Told you he's trouble. But anyways, Riker nobody slept good the night before because it just smelled so bad. Riker was tired. We can't really blame him either for it. And so my wife went in and explained to the teachers like he didn't sleep too well, blah, blah, blah. And the one teacher is on my wife's Facebook, and of course my wife made a couple posts about, you know, what was going on with the septic, and so she had an idea. And the principal, I don't know how she knows the guys here from town, and my wife said, like, this guy will never return phone calls, blah, blah, blah. But the principal of the school called him and said, you better get your butt over there now. And he did. So thank you to the principal, to the school here, for helping us out and getting him here, because that saved us a lot of money. Because the guy from out of town was going to charge us almost, well, it was probably triple or more to even come on here just to take 15 minutes to pump out a septic tank, which that would have sucked. But unfortunately, then we had to buy a pump, which those aren't cheap. So, I mean, ultimately, we did save money because we didn't have to pay for the guy to come all the way out here, about an hour, hour and a half, whatever it was, I don't know. And, hey, we're fixed. We're good to go. Our stress level went from up here, where nobody can see it, down to a normal level now. So, all I gotta do is get my finger back healed. It's actually looking a lot better. They took the bandage off because I had to go into the hospital last night for a few things. And I had to deal with the septic stuff. My bandages had septic gunk all over it. Flies down here are crazy. And I didn't want to have this infected. So I asked them if they could just change it. And she said it was good enough just to take off and give it a few days, and hopefully I can start using it again more. My whole finger's numb, so it's hard grabbing things. But a few more days it'll be all perfect, good to go. Then I can continue doing a lot more stuff. I gotta get outside. I gotta put some sheets of tin up on the chicken coop or chicken run for the winter and winterize some stuff out here. But stuff here, it's getting so much easier. The work that we got done here this year is going to save a lot more work from next year. I'm super excited about how much we don't have to worry next year because of what we actually accomplished this year. So each year is going to get better as long as we don't have septic issues. But I'm to the point now where I feel better that this is fixed. I want it on its own breaker. But other than that, there's no major stresses now. So time to concentrate on hunting and getting hunting done. And after that, we're just going to chill out for the rest of the winter. Regroup. When the snow thaws, then we can play and have some fun around here. So thank you again for all the nice comments and the support. I appreciate it. And these flies down here are driving me crazy. Now, as you see in this video here, where the deer are, on the side that deer, you can see the different colors in the greenery. How up by my blind, it's a dark brown, everything's dead off, and where the deer are, it's all nice and green and lush. That's one benefit we have to the bush, because that's still a lot of food for them, and they're losing a lot of their food, so they're coming in and eating all that green stuff. And then as the month goes on and everything dies off, that's where all the bait will be, and it will keep them in this area. And as you can see behind that deer, there's a distinct trail coming from the bait pile all the way back in behind my trail cam. And this is just the money pot up for the bucks back here. This is the first time I've seen about 4, 5, 6 possibly. I have to go through every single video and look and start doing distinct marks and antlers on these deers. But I think there's about at least 5, 6 different deer and there's also some other deer we've caught on trail cams not at this area. So we have up to about 10 different bucks that are kicking around already. Now we're starting to see them, obviously on my trail cam, and in some of these videos you'll see there'll be about 5 different bucks. So extremely happy for the hunting season that's coming up ahead, and that's more apparent. It's more we need to get out and do some serious hunting this year for the freezer. With all the stuff that's been going on all year, and you know, obviously all the stuff that's happened with us, it's cost money. It cost more than what we expected this year. So we normally go out and buy a cow and all that stuff. This year it's going to be probably too tight. So getting the deer, getting some venison in the freezer, you know, it's more crucial for our family this year. So it's nice seeing these guys. Most of these guys you're seeing in these videos are too small. There's a couple that, you know, they're pretty good bucks. So, and they're only going to fill out more as winter comes closer and stuff like that. So just happy to see these guys come out, and I hope it. You know, one thing that I like is seeing the younger ones, watching them grow. I don't wanna take out a deer that is, you know, 3 years or less. I want to watch them grow and mature into a buck. If I can get them even older, that's even better. Because you want to see the really good bloodlines, and if you notice out almost all these antlers, if you see most of these deers and you look at their antlers, they're all pretty well uniform. Those are the bucks you really want. You don't want the ones that have messed up antlers and stuff like that. I mean, they're just useless. You want to get them out of the herd because they're just messed up. So these nice, beautiful, uniform, even if they're chocolate brown, I know we have one that is like nice chocolate brown antlers. Those are beautiful to have. So, and it's just like the one my wife got last year. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy the deer videos that are coming up, and you know, whatever else I may catch on the cams.